Why were those two so effective?
We were able to keep them fresh, Miles Powell's got a lot of pressure on him, like Eric and Phil do, and he's got to run off a lot of screens, and Colin was really working him hard, and then we were able to bring Joe in with a fresh body to chase him, and our other guys did a good job helping off the screens. It was a team effort too, but then Joe gets a little tired, Miles Powell's still in there, and then you bring Colin in, and Colin's chasing him. Colin even picked up 2 fouls. Joe did a great job at the end of the first half. If you only have one defender like that and he picks up 2 fouls, you could be in trouble. But then Joe comes in and finishes off the half, does a great job.
Jay, you scored them by 10 the first half and then by 18 in the second half. What adjustments did you make at halftime to sort of open up the gauntlet a little bit?
We in the first half, they always do a good job defending us, always. They have a aggressiveness that forces you into one-on-one. I thought in the second half we moved the ball a little bit more. And when we went one-on-one in the first half, and when you're tentative, you turn the ball over. The second half, we were aggressive. We moved the ball. We shared the ball, and we made shots. Didn't turn it over.
You turned them over 14 times in the first half and held them to 2 out of 10 threes. I mean, your defensive pieces are really coming together.
Yeah, I think that was our best half, Hoops, our best half of defense. There was some possessions early where they got out in transition that we got out and deflected some passes to Powell, which created turnovers, which was really, that's hard to do, and it's something we work on that we haven't really been good at. Our transition defense, I thought that was pretty good in the first half. Like I said, in the first half, they did a good job defensively. We did a great job defensively, and then second half we started knocking out some shots.
To be 16-4 and unbeaten in the Big East, I don't know if surprise ever happens or just.
Oh, surprise happens.
Surprise happens.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised. Like I said, after we played Michigan, we're not afraid of that. We knew we had work to do. We knew we had work to do before that. But I mean, after you go through a game like that, and then Furman, you're like, all right, man, this is the reality. How long is this going to take? And we still have a lot of work to do, but I'm just impressed, and a lot of it has to do with Phil and Eric. I mean, you got two of the best players in the country leading the team, and not just doing it scoring points. They're defending, they're rebounding, they're getting their teammate shots, and what they do off the floor is really impactful on these young guys.
Phil, where has this team made the most strides over the last 6 weeks? Obviously playing a lot better than you did at the start of the season.
Just on both ends of the floor, being together. We got a lot of new guys on the team, so just getting experience of playing together. I think we're starting to trust each other more.
What did Coach do in November when you guys had some losses that just I'm sure we're not accustomed to having? What did Coach do behind the scenes that maybe has led to where you guys are now?
Honestly, he doing what he does now, coaching us, pushing us to get better, and we're just responding to it. And we're willing to get better, and our team is very open to keep developing as a team.
To be where you guys are after what you lost last year, what do you think that says about the kind of program this is?
I just feel like everybody that comes here buys in. It buys into the program, buys into what Coach preaches, and I feel like it's great for you as a player, and you learn a lot.
With Eric and Phil, last couple of years you guys have been secondary, tertiary scorers. What's it like? What's been the transition like going from that role to being the 2 primary go-to guys for this team?
You go ahead. I just answered.
Just the different defensive looks we see. Knowing how to stay aggressive at all times and making the right play. Really, just either shoot it or find your teammate. Just kind of found the balance of both.
And I would say just staying aggressive and making the right play all the time. I mean, the coach gives us the confidence to go out there, play basketball, and we just got to go out there and make the right play, be aggressive at the same time.
Eric, what was the key today of playing defense against Powell?
Just playing them as a team, listening to our coaching staff and just playing them as a team.
Jay, at one point, Phil and Eric had 26 out of 30. I mean, you were just living off them.
I think that was halftime, right? Yeah, I saw that. I worry about that. not that they can't, they're not good enough to carry us. Just that I just don't want to wear them out, you know. And I know teams, you know, are really dialed in, but to stopping those two. But you know, they make, that's what Eric's talking about, making the right play. You know, that we want them to stay aggressive. So you don't want them to start thinking about getting their teammate shots, because if they can't stop you, we want you to keep scoring. But you got to see where the next play is, and I think those two are doing a great job of it.
Did you think, as good as they were, though, maybe some of the other guys were maybe a little too deferential,
Yeah.
not looking for their own opportunities? Jim?
Definitely, and you know, and these two don't. They don't demand that of them. You know, the other guys just, I think they look up to them so much. You know, and in practice you can see how good they are. So I think sometimes they think, well, you know, I'd rather give it to Phil. You know, I'd rather give it to E. So they're learning. You know, today was good for that too. You know, you can talk about it all you want. You just got to go through these experiences together.
Jay, you kind of changed the dynamics of college basketball with your use of the three last year. Now today you have 17 threes, 42 attempts, but 17 threes. I mean, you're starting to get double figures of threes every game now.
Yeah, we have great shooters. We know it. You know, sometimes when you're young, you're you know, you're a great shooter. Like Cole Swider is a great shooter. He might be better than these two, if you just put him in a gym to shoot. So we want them to play with that confidence all the time. So we're never worried about missing shots. You know, but these two have been in so many games, and they make them in games. You know, but Cole will, and we have a lot of guys like that, and it's a big part of our program.
Do you someone over the next, you know, the rest of the conference season at least, as you head into March, you think can take the next step to become that third consistently reliable kind of 12 to 10 to 15 point guy?
Yeah, I would like us to get a fourth. I would like us to get a third, fourth, fifth guy, really, because I think Colin Gillespie, I think Sadiq Bey and Joe Cremo can all do it. You know, they can do it. They just got to do it. You know, and we got to get into those situations where they're forced to do it and they get it done.
Jay, how do you tell them not to be differential for those third, fourth, fifth guys when they see these guys out there?
You know, it's something it's amazing that we have to talk to them about it so much. Even a guy like Joe Cremo, you know, even today with Joe Cremo, you know, a couple times the things that I got upset with him about was not shooting the ball when he was open, you know, and it's amazing. It surprises me, but we're still battling it. It tells you really how much respect they have for these guys. And these guys never tell them, they tell them to shoot it. So we'll get there.
One more question.
The way Phil has evolved over the years, did you see that, if we're talking about surprise, you know, from a guy who was a role player to now being such a mainstay?
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's funny that I'm saying all this now because I would do the same thing with him. You know, think about it. He was a freshman. He scored 20 points in the national championship game. Was that sophomore year? Sophomore year. But freshman year against NC State in the tournament, he has a huge game, you know. So we'd always seen him, but he would do the same thing, you know. You got Mikhail and Jalen, he would do the same thing. And I think it's more the character of the guys we get, you know, and the intelligence. They look at like, hey, these guys are really good. So Phil's been waiting for this time. It's no surprise to anybody on our team. Definitely no surprise to any of the guys that played with him the last 4 years. Everyone kind of expected this. Same with E. Thanks, guys. I keep saying that. Yeah, man. Hofstra is rolling. I'm loving it. Watching every game, man. That was a road win at Towson? That's big time.
They handed the Hens their worst loss in CAA history.
Was that in history? Oh, my God. They're good, man. That guard, we played them last year. That guard lit us up.